Sounds good to me. Whatever. So, um, I don't know if I'll post a title. I don't even know if I'll post this for real. Kind of wanted to just talk, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna just talk and then see where it goes from here. The beginning of this year, I said that like something felt off and like couldn't really explain what it was, but I just felt it sort of, and I wasn't able to explain. Don't know what it is, but I came home today and like I think I found out what it was sort of. Well, okay, let me let me rewind a little bit. I came home and I was just playing some Call of Duty, just chilling or whatever, and then I get on TikTok and I don't remember what I saw, but somehow I got into this like search hole, like rabbit hole thing, where like you just click the little search pop-ups that happen at the bottom. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But some videos they have like a little commonly searched thing. I don't know. I can't explain it. There's just a thing down there. I just kept going and like looking at what it was recommending or whatever. And there was this one thing. I think it said, I don't even remember what it said, but it took me to a podcast of I think his name's Theo Vaughn or something like that. I don't know his actual name. You guys probably have seen him. I'll post a little clip so you guys can see who he is, or maybe just a picture. But he said something of how he always grew up wanting to be perfect because he felt that if he wasn't perfect then he wouldn't be loved. And right there is where I was like, dang, like bro, I don't know why I saw that or why that hurt so hard. I definitely felt that, and I kind of just started sitting here and I was just like, wow, honestly, like that felt like something I needed to see, because I always wondered what this like empty feeling was. Not sure what it was, but I just knew there was something, and I feel like that's what it is. Truthfully, I think I've always been kind of putting this like, I don't want to say it's a persona or like not a mask or anything, but I think there's always been this idea in my head that I have to be the best at whatever I'm doing. It's weird because I've always been accepting of, screw ups and mess ups and like all these things. Like I would preach to everybody, even myself. I'd be like, it's okay to, mess up. Like it's okay not to be good at everything. You don't just keep trying. But I think in the back of my head, I've always felt like I wouldn't be worth more than what I currently have. If that makes, I don't know if this makes any sense now. I feel like I'm just rambling, but just keep up with me real quick, because my brain is still trying to like decipher all this. There's a feeling of there's a reason why things are the way they are in my life, and I've always low-key always pinned it on myself. So like I've always said, like for example, let's say I'm talking to a girl and there's another guy. I would always put the other guy first. I'd always be like, hey, go for that guy every time, because for some reason I just felt like I wasn't the one for that person. Like I would prefer anybody to go pursue anyone else over me, because I just felt like they deserved, I wouldn't say they deserved somebody else, but I'd rather them find the happiness within someone else and not me, because I just feel like I haven't reached a point to where I could provide a feeling that they're looking for within me, I guess. I don't know if any of that just made sense. But, like, I just feel like I don't want someone to waste their time on me if there's someone else that they have their eyes on. Because I don't think I'm in a position to be what they're looking for. I think that's like the best way I can describe it. And I'm not saying like nobody's perfect. Like, you know, if they pick someone else, obviously there's a chance that they aren't gonna work out. Maybe the guy is actually really bad or whatever. But my main mindset on this situation would just be, I just don't think I can provide what you're looking for. And that's not always true. And I know it's not always true, but something about, you know, you put so much effort in this stuff, but when you come back to like your own space, so for example, when I come back home after like a day of whatever I was doing, like I had fun, I did my best throughout the day or whatever, and like, you know, I lived my life to the fullest. I lived my day to the most it could be. But every single time when I get back to my room, it's like I don't think I did enough still. And I did say that that's kind of the reason why I'm in a position that I'm in right now. Like, I could be the number one, you know, YouTuber. I could be the number one streamer. I could own a business right now. I could have found, like, you know, my number one, or my like actual true love or whatever, or, you know, just like, I don't know, I could have been the best brother ever, or best son ever, you know. And then I'm like, nah, but like, I am who I am right now, and my mind would tell me that it's not good enough, but my mind would also say I'm trying the best I can. So like, I notice I'm trying, but then there's that little mind that's like, yeah, but you're still not good enough. Like, I don't know. And it's a little different from you're not there yet. Like, you're not at your, I don't know. It's a little bit harsher than you're not at your full potential type of conversation. Like, there's that conversation that you have with yourself and you're like, you know, you can do more, and you're pushing yourself to do more. This is a conversation saying, you know, you can do more, but you're not doing the right things to get there for some reason. And once again, like I said, I don't know if any of this is making sense. I'm kind of just rambling right now because I felt like I needed to just speak it out. I just didn't really have anyone to talk to about this right now. It's literally the middle of the night, and I didn't want to wake anybody up. And I'm pretty sure I could have called any of my friends, and like, we could have talked about it, but I would much rather me ramble like this and then eventually talk to them about it, rather than waking them up, just rambling and then, you know, being like, ah, never mind. I'm just thinking like random thoughts. I don't know. And now I just like wasted the time. Even though, you know, all my friends would say it's not a waste of time. I'd feel bad about it. But yeah, something about just not feeling good enough. And the guy I was talking about, Theo Vaughn, he continues to talk about it, and he honestly, like, he said how I felt 100%. He was like, ever since he was little, he just felt like if he was perfect, that he would feel loved. And I've always felt loved, don't get me wrong. Like, my family, my friends, they show the love. It's just sometimes, like, I'll have my other friends, they'll notice how much I put in for everybody else sometimes, and they're like, dang, like, you deserve so much more. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, I think I got what I worked for. And they're like, nah, like, you've done all these things for everybody else, but this is all they give you. It's like if I gave my friends $1 million and all they gave me was 10, me personally, I would feel okay with that. I'm like, hey, if that's all they can give, that's all they can give. But my friends are like, that's not the case. The case is they're giving you 10 because they know that you'll accept 10. It's not that they are giving you 10 out of like gratitude, I guess. It's they know that I will accept the bare minimum, because in my mind, I feel like that bare minimum is all they can give me. But truthfully, they just know that, you know, giving me $1 is better than giving me nothing, and I'm happy with it, I guess. Like, they had the opportunity to give me 100, but they're just like, nah, I'll give you $1 because I know you'll still be thankful for that $1. I think that kind of explains what I'm trying to say. When I think back on it, growing up, it makes sense why I would always go above and beyond for everybody else and wouldn't really question anything they would do in return. Honestly, sometimes I would actually prefer not to be given anything in return. Like, now I would go out of my way to get somebody food, or I'd go out of my way to, you know, help somebody out, and I would never ask for anything back. You know, you should always be there for your people, for your friends, and for each other. What my friends would then say is, what have they done for you? And I would think about it, and, you know, some of them haven't done anything, some of them have done stuff in return, but people would be like, that's not enough, because they're obviously at a point where it's kind of like they're using you in a way. And I'm just like, that's kind of crazy, you know. I wouldn't think that way, especially if it's like friends or family or whatever. But yeah, it kind of just makes sense. But it doesn't devalue me. Like, I don't see myself as being devalued, if that makes sense. Like, I value myself kind of highly. Like, mentally, I value myself high. Like, I know I am this really good guy, and I'm just doing good in the world, or at least I'd like to believe I am. And yeah, I don't know, like, people's perception on me doesn't really play a whole effect on me, but I think under everything I do, I think there's also that aspect of, once I reach this point of perfectionist, or if I reach a status that you just can't ignore me anymore, then I'd feel like I've made it, if that makes sense. Like, right now, I'm on my journey of, like, you know, making YouTube videos, doing all this other stuff, getting to my biggest dreams in life. But what you're supposed to feel is love throughout that entire experience, you know? Like, that whole journey, you're supposed to be like, everyone who's with me cares about me that whole entire time that I'm going from point A to point B. But what I actually honestly feel like is, I'm cared by a few people from point A, and in my mind, I'm like, the more I go, the more people will care and appreciate me. And this is where people kind of get used. Once they do get to that big spot, once they do get to that big break or whatever, then all their old friends will come back and be like, hey, you remember me? And knowing myself, I would easily accept those people back into my life, even though I shouldn't. But I think I would try to make an excuse and be like, nah, they had every right not to, you know, stick by me the whole time, because I don't know, I just make an excuse and forgive them and stuff. And I'd probably say, you know, everyone makes mistakes. That's my biggest, I always say this, is like, everybody makes mistakes, and I shouldn't hold anybody to their mistakes. which I don't know why I do this every time. I mean, I do understand, like, nobody's perfect. And that does bring me to another point where I'm like, one of the reasons why I always give so many people so many chances, or I give everyone, or I look at everybody with a good heart at first, like, no matter what, is because I don't want people to feel like they have to prove themselves to me to be appreciated or looked at. Just the same way I feel like I need to be perfect to be appreciated or something like that. I don't want other people to feel that way. So, like, I try to make them feel appreciated before they even feel like they need to prove themselves to me. Like, nobody ever needs to prove themselves to me. I automatically think you're a good person. The issue is when you become a bad person and I see that you're a bad person, then I have to see you redeem yourself. And with my forgiving, but, you know, I'm gonna forgive anybody so quickly. I've been rambling on for a minute now, and I'm not sure if any of this even makes sense. I don't even know if anyone's still listening. Low key, if you are still listening, ayo, big ups, appreciate you. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm posting this wrong. I'm kind of just talking. But this also falls for why, like, even my YouTube videos, why I don't post as much as I want to. Whenever I post my videos, I'm always scared to look at the feedback, because I'm like, dang, like, I know my videos aren't as good as they could be or should be, and the views and the likes and the comments kind of prove that. And I'm not saying that, you know, any of my friends, family who will watch my videos, when they don't like, comment, or share or whatever, I know they don't mean it as my stuff isn't good enough. But I have run into a couple friends who have been like, I've like sent them a video and I'm like, can you post this on your story? And they're like, no, I don't do that. And it's like, what do you mean you don't do that? And they're like, I just don't shout out my friends and stuff. And it's like, but you shout out celebrities when they post stuff. You're like the first one to gossip about things, and all of a sudden I'm just telling you to post one video and you are not willing to do it. Like, are you ashamed? Like, I kind of want to do a social experiment on that. I want to send my friends something. I want to see if they post it on their stories, and if they don't, I want to see what their reasoning is. Like I said, I'm not trying to say, like, if they don't do it, they're bad people, but some reasonings that I've been given for why they don't want to do it is, like, kind of weird. But yeah, like, I also heard another thing earlier this morning. It's crazy how everything kind of just unraveled itself today, because this morning I was listening to a podcast that my friend introduced me to, and one of the things on there was when you are like a real big perfectionist, the reason you're a perfectionist is because you feel like you need to only show your best, because if you show any flaw, anybody can see that and they'll make fun of it, and like your worth will drop. And I don't know if I can explain this properly, but I don't think my self-worth is a reflection of what people perceive me as, but I will say the perception of people looking at my work and my ethics, when I put 100% effort into it, when they look at it and they judge it and it's not up to par, that kind of affects me. But it doesn't affect who I am as a person. Like, I still feel like I am worthy of things. But my work, on the other hand, I always feel like, okay, they said I could have done better here, here, and here, which is effective or good criticism. But it kind of, I don't know how to explain this. Like, if I hear, let's say somebody's like, your videos are too short, I will then make shorter videos. Then my shorter videos are like, or then someone's like, you need to make longer videos. So then I'll make longer videos. And then somebody's like, you're not talkative enough. So then I'll start talking. And they're like, actually, you talk too much. So then I'll stop talking. And like, I kind of just keep adjusting to what people want to see, because I kind of feel like in entertainment, you kind of have to, in a way. You want to adjust to what the mass wants to see. So then I just overthink my own craft. So it's not that I don't think my stuff is worthy. It's just I start thinking, okay, so how can I make everyone enjoy this? And then I start catering to everybody, and then I just never get to do what I want. And I think this is where burnout comes from, because then you start wanting to only do what everyone wants from you and not what you really want, and that's where burnout really takes over. And so that's why, if I'm being real, that's probably why a lot of my videos keep taking so long to even post, because I just start overthinking it. I literally sit here, watch the same video. It could be a little 30-20 minute video. I will rewatch that thing over and over and over again, because I feel like I need to add more, because I just feel like it's not good enough. Or if a video is too long, I will constantly start cutting things out until I think is a perfect length, and then I'll be like, wait, it's actually too short. Maybe someone's not gonna like how short it is, because there's a lot of things I just cut out now. So now I have to rewatch the video and see if I can add stuff in. And I'm just sitting here and I keep thinking about other people's opinion on the video before the video is even out. And that is my issue of making videos. To put this in a real world perspective though, when it comes to, working, or me as a person and stuff like that, I love to be myself around everybody, and I love doing what makes me happy regardless. Very nonchalant now. I will do what I want, and respectfully, I will make sure everybody is good, especially when I start doing my own things. So like if I ever am hanging out with a group of people, sometimes I'll be the center of attention. Sometimes I'll be the one asking questions, talking to everybody. Sometimes I'll just be there as just a placeholder. I don't mind being a placeholder. I'll just sit there and vibe out with y'all. Sometimes I'll just be quiet, but I know some people just love the presence of somebody else there. And like I sometimes even appreciate the presence of some people. And like me and Andrew. Me and Andrew don't even have to talk all the time, but just knowing that Andrew's here with me, or like if I'm working, he's working, and we're just doing something, we don't have to talk. It's just the presence of someone I care deeply about is with me, and we're just vibing. We're just doing what we gotta do. That honestly feels good, and I'm okay with that. But something that would something that would destroy that and kind of put me in that mindset of like how I was describing the video is, let's say there's a moment where I'm like, I just want to be a little goofy, I'm just telling some funny jokes here and there or whatever, and then somebody's like, dang, you talk a lot. That'll shut me down so fast. I promise you that'll shut me down so fast. Like I'll just be like, dang, my bad, I guess it wasn't my place to be a little overexcited for what we're doing right now. Let me go back to just chilling. And then it won't hurt my feelings, but I'll just be like, dang, I'll blame myself. I'll just be like, did I overstep? Like I shouldn't have overstepped. Or like if something's really like if me and somebody else are hanging out and I feel like they're bored and it's because I'm not talking enough, I will take the blame for that as well. I'll just be like, dang, I'm not talking enough, I'm not interesting enough, like that's my fault. Like I'm sorry you have to sit here and suffer because I can't think of something for us to talk about. Oh, if somebody can't reach their potential and I'm trying to help them reach their potential, if they never get there, I'll take the blame for it. I'll just be like, I didn't teach you the right ways to get to that point. I still need to make the story time, but when I was in Dallas last year, almost around this time, more like towards April, I was training a bunch of people, and we were like, it was like 6 of us training. We all trained the same people, We taught them what we knew, based on the day that they were learning. We taught them whatever we knew. But if they screwed up for some reason, or if they failed their test, even though there was other people that taught them as well, I would take the full blame, because I'll just be like, dang, I feel like I didn't prepare you enough. And maybe, it's their fault. Maybe they didn't study enough. Maybe they didn't do this, that, whatever. But I will still be like, I could have done a lot more for you. And that's where the whole I don't think I did enough feeling comes from. So that's the work aspect. And then kind of what the family aspect is, I feel like I'm just not there enough. Like I'm not present enough, or I'm not making an effort to be there enough. And that one I honestly kind of take that. It's really just me not scheduling my days properly. Or let me say my family and my close friends. So like Manny, Jason, my brother, my sister, my mom, all of them. There's times where I go like days, weeks, or months without talking to any of them. And it's never that I don't want to. It's always just I am so locked in on trying to do all these perfect things, and I feel like I can't step foot in front of them until I finish these things. My little brother, he loves watching my videos, and it's like I want to make the perfect video for him, and sometimes he calls me wanting to talk, but I'm like, I gotta finish this video because I know you'd love to watch this. Or like sometimes I just won't answer because I'm just so locked into the video, and I will tell myself it's okay because once I finish this video, he's gonna love it. And then I realize it's been a month since and I still haven't dropped this video, and it's because I looked too much into wanting to make this video so perfect that I ignored him for a month, and now he only has one video to see for this month. And it's just like, bro, that whole month, we could have been talking about something, or maybe I could have talked to him while I was making the video. And like that's just a me thing. Like there's nothing anyone can tell me that kind of would make that better. It's literally just I gotta work on that. That's something I need to get better at. Or some of my friends, I don't answer their messages, their text messages, till like weeks later, and it's because I'm just locked in on something else. And sometimes, if I'm being real, sometimes I'm not even locked in or anything. Sometimes I just take too many breaks in between where I'm just here playing the game because just everything else stressed me out so much that I'm finally like, alright, I need to play this game. And I would never show anybody that I'm stressed out or like irritated or anything but happy. Obviously I'll goofily crash out sometimes, like my coworkers, they'll let you know, like sometimes I crash out at work, and like, but it's always funny when I do it. It's never like a serious crash out. But like I said, when I get in my car, I go home, when I'm by myself, I literally will sit there and think and just be like, dang, like, am I really even doing enough right now? Like, I could be doing so much right now. Like I'm gonna be real. Y'all can't see it, but my room is a mess right now. And it's because I keep telling myself I'm gonna do all this tomorrow, and then I'll start it, and I'm like, wait, I can't do this until I do this, and I can't do this until I do this, and I have a whole checklist of things I need to do, but it's like I need to wait for this time. This is the craziest thing. I don't know where this came from, but I'll be like, I cannot do this until 12 o'clock on the dot happens. And when 12 o'clock on the dot happens, if I start it and I get distracted, I'm like, oh, gotta wait for 1 o'clock on the dot so I can get a perfect start. I don't know where this perfect idea comes from, because it's like, I know I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect, or at least consciously I'm not trying to be perfect, but for some reason I don't know, I feel like there's more order or something. I don't know. I can't even explain it to you if I'm being real. It would not make sense. Literally the way my mind works is just blah. And then someone asked me why I don't date one of my friends, and I have this excuse for like every girl that I've ever told myself not to get with. Well, we can go into a deeper rabbit hole with this, but one of the things, like I said in the beginning, was just I just don't feel like I'm good enough for the person. I don't feel like I'm good enough for what they're looking for, which is weird because like I don't even know what they're looking for sometimes. I'll just shut myself down, or I'll just be like, nah, if you like somebody else, go for that other person, because I promise you they might be well more equipped than me, because I got stuff I'm doing by myself that, you know, not everybody knows about. Yeah, there's that. I can make that into another video, honestly, because like there's a lot of things that my brain did fart, but I just remembered. There's a lot of things that I can say holds me back from being in a serious relationship. But one of the big things is literally just I just can't feel accepted until I get to a point that I'm happy with. Like, I'm like, no girl will love me effectively until I lose this amount of weight, until I make my body look like this, until I make my face super clear, no pimples, and my teeth is straight and shiny as freak. There's a lot of flaws on my face, there's a lot of flaws in my mouth. That sounded crazy. Y'all know what I'm saying. There's a lot of flaws that I look at and I say I won't be able to make someone happy in that way until I am perfect. Oh, let me tell you, there's this one girl. Some of the girls that I've talked to, I've told a select few about this specific person, and I've told them that I don't know if I told them this part, but one of the reasons why I felt like I couldn't get with that person is because this person looks so well put together, but then if you put them next to me, it just wouldn't look right. You'll just be like, dang, what is she doing with a guy like that? And I'm not putting myself down. Like, I promise you I'm not putting myself down. Like, I know I'm not that bad of a looking person. I'm not that good of a looking person. I feel like I'm just an average Joe. I'm an average looking man. I will always be like, wait, let me tighten up. Let me, look a little better for you. But then I'm looking for a perfect look. I'm not looking for a he's getting there look. Yeah, it just sucks. That's something I just don't know. I'm not sure if that's something you can really get out of. Should I be talking to a therapist about this stuff? Just to see, what they would say. I don't really know. Guess that's kind of all I really gotta say. There's not really a whole lot. Kind of just wanted to ramble. Y'all are probably able to hear it in the beginning. It was so hard to speak at first, because literally when I started this, like the first couple seconds of this video, I just got done, sobbing a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. I just got done sobbing. But I felt like speaking was a lot better than just, keeping it all in. And it's really weird, because, people have showed me that I mean a lot to them, and I've seen how much I've changed people, or how much I've impacted people's lives. But you would still have this mind of just you're getting there, but you're just not there yet. And it's so scary, because it's like I could be 99.9% done with the task, and let's say I don't finish it tonight, I will still lay in my bed and be like, yeah, you really could have put that 0.01%, you could have dug that out and you could have finished it, but you decided to give up. Not even give up, but you decided to hold that off for tomorrow. Now will you finish it? Who knows? Now my brain is just taunting me at that point. But it's a crazy mindset. I don't know. Maybe that's my goal for this year, is to break out of that. You know, the one thing about that mindset, though, I always see the positives. The one good thing about that mindset is, one, I always know I'm trying. I always know I'm always giving 100% no matter what. And I feel like I'll never fall into like a lazy slump. And even if I do, I understand that, either I needed it, or I'll be honest with myself and be like, hey, bro, you've been slacking, let's boss up or whatever. But yeah, I mean, one of the positives is just I will never like see myself as worthless. I think I just need to understand that I am worth more than what I'm accepting. If that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Like I said, don't know if I'm gonna ever post this. I don't even know if I'll like send this out. But I just need to speak a little bit, get that off my chest. Honestly, and if I really do like this, and if I see that people actually might even relate to this, I might speak about some other stuff that I've been feeling now, before, whenever, and I kind of might just start talking again. You remember them A6 talks? Yeah, this will most likely fall under those if that becomes a thing. I feel like before I end this video off, I do need to end it with two things. One, I am perfectly okay. Like, I'm not, my mindset or my mental health is good. I promise. I'm good. Nothing crazy going on here. I promise. Like, hand on the Bible, I promise. But the second thing I'd like to do is offer some help for anyone who does feel this way. It's funny because I'm saying I don't know how to fix this. I will tell you how you can fix this, because I feel like this is the advice I would try to give myself, or I would give my friends if they told me this exactly. One, just always remember that you are good enough. There's people who appreciate you and love you and care for you, and if no one else does, I do for sure, 100%. I don't even care if I don't know you. If you were to slide in my DMs right now and be like, look at this that I made, or look, I got 100 on my really, you know what, not even 100. I got a passing grade on my really hard test, or I gave it 100%, I didn't fail, or I failed, but I gave it all I got. I would still say that is good for you. As long as you give it 100%, that's all that matters, because that means you're really trying, and now you just gotta push a little bit more to get to that goal that you're winning. Yeah, so just know that you're cared about. Especially I will always care. I'll always love. I love to love. Like that is if that isn't its own freaking ball of love language. Loving just needs to be love itself, and that is what I have for anyone who ever supports me, listen to me, or just everybody in the world. I think everyone deserves just this big ball of love, no matter what. Two, I would like to say that I see you working hard. You just got to keep doing it for yourself. Don't look for validation within other people. Look for it within yourself. And like I said just a second ago, just know you're doing all you can, and all you can is what is needed, no matter what. 100% effort will always outshine, anyone who's just kind of just skating on by, hoping. Like, you're actually putting that work to make things work. And then 3, I feel like it's okay to feel this way. I feel like it's okay to be a little hard on yourself a little bit, because you deserve better. You deserve more. I believe you deserve better and more, no matter who you are. And I want you to go get it. Hey, like that's that motivation right there. Go get what you deserve, no matter what. Nobody holds the key to your life except for yourself. There might be some limiters here and there, you know, but you got the keys to break those limiters. Like, unlock those doors, find new ways to do stuff. Maybe everyone's seen things go this way. Like, maybe everyone's like, you're supposed to do this, this, and this. But you're like, wait, what if you try this? And now you just created a new way of doing something. You created a new circle. Sometimes you don't even need to create the new circle. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes you just gotta follow the wheel. And then you're like, maybe if we tweak it a little bit, it's a little bit easier. You know, something like that. Just keep trying things, keep putting 100% effort, and you got it. I promise you. Okay, let me stop rambling, because now I feel like none of this makes sense. And now I might end up deleting this completely. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But regardless, I always say this, even though I don't know if anyone's watching this, but thank you guys for watching. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Come here. Come. Sorry if that hurt your ears, but I appreciate and love all of you. I mean that from the bottom of my freaking heart. I mean that. But I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.